Hey, everybody, how are you? Welcome to Comedy Cellar, nightly thingy here on that newfangled thing called the internet. We're here with a great group of people. How are you guys doing today? We got Mia
Good.
Jackson, Allan Havey, Eddie Ifft, and me. I'm Mark Cohen, and my mustache is my mustache.
Oh, you're the
How you
host of
guys?
this thing?
I'm the host of it tonight.
I thought it was an official one with Noam.
No, unless he. It seems like when Noam's not around, they put a substitute.
Oh, wait, so we're not required to be here then?
Well, he's probably watching. Yeah.
Okay, then
No, I used to when this first started. It was like it was Noam and Esty was on, and now it's the quality talent left over.
We're just here. We're out here.
Yeah, this is my show business job of the day.
Are you keeping busy, Allan?
No, not really. I mean, yeah, keeping busy, keep myself busy, exercising, doing what I can creatively. That's not acting, auditioning, or stand up. And
it makes it hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's gotten easier as it's gone on, as I consciously accept the fact that, hey, it's going to be a while, so do what you can do.
It is funny too. Everyone's different ages, and I think no matter what age you are in this business, it's affecting you horribly. You know what I mean? If you're just starting off, you can't start off, and if you've been working for 30 years, you're fucked.
Mia, how long have you been in the business?
Oh, well, let me see what the truthful answer is. Well,
what time is it?
Because all comics. I mean, I lie. No, I am full time for about 6 years. I've been a full time comic for 6 years, but overall about 15. I mean, I still had a day job at one point, and all
so
that
for like 8 years, you had to supplement your comedy income.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been a comedian full time professional for 6 years.
Yeah.
So I would say, and don't take offense to this, you're still young and coming up. Yeah. So this is, I think, Eddie, if you'll forgive this, I think it's tougher for someone in your position. Eddie, what do you think about that?
I don't know, because I think maybe it's an opportunity for them to be creative. Like, it seems like the wave of the future has been and is like YouTube. And so it's pushing more in that direction. Like, don't count on anybody else to bring you an income. Go get it yourself through podcasting and YouTube and stuff like that. So the younger generation,
it's not a live performance situation, is what you're saying.
They're into that. And so that's their way of going. And this is no problem for them. They've been brought up in that.
Yeah, but not for a stand-up, someone who's used to, like me.
Stand-ups. Yeah. I think this is impossible for I don't think there's a worse job to have right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if doing the Zoom shows or the other things are helpful even.
No, I'm doing my first outdoor show on Friday night down in Huntington Beach.
Are the people going to be in cars, or are they just out?
They're out, but they're like socially distanced. And I'm depressed about it in a way. Like I remember when you'd be like, outdoor gig. Oh my God, I got to do an outdoor gig. And now it's the only thing I can do.
Yeah.
It's,
do you feel nervous, more nervous than you would have because you haven't done it in a while?
I haven't done a show since March 10th.
Yeah.
And I was at that one. Let's go back to the 9th.
All right. Let's.
But I'm just talking as far as a comedian, your career having momentum and stuff. I think it's tough for someone in Mia's position than certainly my position. Eddie, how long have you been doing it?
25 years.
Okay.
But the longer this goes on, Allan, it's worse for us.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing: it's going to go on for a while. So once you accept it, and just accept all this is all real life. This is what life is about. There are obstacles. Other generations have had this kind of civilian stopping, civilization stopping moments like depressions and wars. So this is ours right now. So as long as you can eat and stay healthy and be around people you love, we're going to be okay, because once stand-up happens, we will be back.
I heard something interesting about school and kids and jobs and stuff like that, about like the kids that are going through school right now and doing this remote schooling, and people they related it to people people coming out of college with a degree during a recession never
Yeah,
have, they never have the trajectory that someone comes out of school during a boom.
because there's nowhere to go. Doesn't it just stall it though?
Mhm.
Yeah, you just don't get that first good job that gives you that like momentum push. And so I feel sorry for younger comics right now. Like,
Thank you.
you're in it long enough, but like I'm talking about like guys just started getting their first break, or who are about to get new faces or something like that. Their trajectory is just not gonna, the heat build up and everything. It's gonna be hard.
And me as, I mean, Alan said you've been doing it 6 years. I mean, I consider it longer.
Yeah, full. Yeah,
You know what I
full
mean?
But I just meant professionally. So, you know,
I didn't mean that. Yeah. I'm
getting
just saying,
paid.
but when we started, it was
Yeah.
a lot of, you know, if you had done it for I didn't do it for 8 years before I started making a living. And that was just the situation.
Yeah, I was still like hanging around, and like, you know, I was always at mics, and I was getting work, and I was on the road here and there. I just had to balance it with having a day job. So I still kind of, I'm in that you know, place where, like, to me, when I see all the people that are, you know, hey, I started off, I'm a YouTube guy, I'm an Instagram person, like, even to me, that's still like, oh, that's how you started? Like, oh, that's, but I mean, I know
even
for
those
them,
guys,
Yeah.
are trying to get to do live shows eventually, aren't they? Don't they
Yeah,
do it on
yeah.
YouTube so they can go perform live? I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
necessarily stand up,
Yeah.
but to the young people, it is stand up. Like my
Yeah.
daughter goes to see these guys, and she goes,
Mhm.
going to see comedians, you know,
Yeah,
could be,
yeah.
you know, I'm not saying they're not necessarily, but
Yeah, but
But
that's
getting
where a
back
lot
to
of
what-
them start. Yeah.
Eddie, what you were saying about people coming out of school, there's no momentum, or they don't get that push. But
It
sometimes, yeah, the trajectory. Well, sometimes that happens to certain people at certain times. You know, who, like college classes get out and there's no jobs, or the economy's bad. You know, but for us, it's like there's nothing to do. You know, you can't you can't practice at home. You can't do this at home.
well, that's people. That's what I guess Eddie was saying. People are shifting to their more video and, you know, mediums. But does that kill stand up eventually?
No, nothing's going to kill stand up. People are going to come in, like, you
Well,
know, nothing's going to kill hamburgers. You know, there's going to be hamburger stands, you know. So stand up.
Are you guys the kind of people though? Like, I'm like, this is a great time to write, but I'm the kind of person that I write on stage. Like I come up with all my stuff.
Yeah, I've heard that lazy bullshit comedian.
No, but
Oh, stop it. Yeah, we all come up with stuff on stage, but you got to write, Eddie.
No. I write it. But then I have to take the stage to like
you flesh it out.
Yeah, and so
of course, you got to flesh it out, but you don't write on stage.
Well,
but not having that space to like work on the bit, I feel like they all stall. Like they go with like, here's my simple idea, and I just leave it there because I don't get to play with it and add to it. And
Alan, you say you don't write on stage, but how many when we started off at the Cellar, when you do 6 sets a night, when you would come up with something in the first show, it wasn't written?
Oh no! Listen, I've come up with some of my best bits on stage, but I wrote them out a little bit. I said, "What if I do this, this, and this?" But I have come up spontaneous. Complete? Yes, of course I have. But the more you write, the more spontaneous you get on stage. That's kind of my philosophy.
I agree. There's a net. It becomes a net that you can do.
But it's tough just to write when you don't have the other end. You can't do one without the other. I was talking to Mario Joyner about this. He goes, I find it tough to write stand-up. He goes, you can't have one without the other. You need the carrot, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of discouraging. I'll sit down with my notebook and just go, why?
Well, yeah, because it could be another year, you know, and it's.
Yeah, for me, I've had to go back and like if I'm texting friends or, you know, having some kind of conversation, I'm like, oh, that was a funny thing. I guess I should just put this to the side as an idea. Like I didn't mean to write it as a joke, but I'm like, maybe this is something I can do. But I'm like, but when will I do it? But I haven't been able to just sit down and go, today I'm going to write from 1 to 2. Like I just can't. I can't do that.
The sad
I've
part
done these a few times. Sorry, Eddie. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I know you had a funny thing right there. and
No, I was trying to say I've done these a few times, and it's not like people are coming in with written bits to these things even.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the bad thing is too, there's so much material. It's like after 9/11, there was so much to talk about, and there was so much material, and now it's like there's so much to joke about because life's so different, and everybody's having their own experiences, and yet we don't get to go put it out there.
Yeah, well, you can post it on Facebook or Twitter, you know.
And also you couldn't really put it out there at the end anyway because the audiences were so fucking pissed off on both sides. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
I mean, not even if you were talking about Trump, but it all seemed to circle back to bullshit. You know?
Yeah, these are very strange times we're in.
And it seemed, I always thought that was strange because it's always seemed like the comedian was there to speak on what was going on. And then the audience seemed to lose track of that. I mean, I never did it either, but.
I find it weird because comics are, for the most part, I would say, generally speaking, comics are liberal, and comics are the ones getting in trouble with the liberals.
Yeah.
And it's a strange world because you're like, well, I don't want to be on, I could go over to that side and make them laugh, but I don't want to go there. I want to make you guys laugh, but you're getting offended by everything. So it's almost like we're stuck in this no man's land.
You know, in the 80s, the people that complained about language and content were all older people. And in the last 10 years at the Cellar, it's been young people complaining, you know, so there's been a huge cultural shift. Younger people becoming very aware and very woke, I think, in a too sensitive way, certainly when it comes to stand-up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've seen people that are so, like, they want to prove that they're so down and so woke. And they're like, oh, like, yes, you should be aware and you should be, you know, socially aware of certain things. But sometimes, like, when I just see the cesspool of people that are talking on Twitter and all these other things, I'm like, you found one tiny thing that someone said and then that made you lose your mind. Like, because you're trying to serve this whole idea of like, look at me, I'm so aware, you know, and then you're like, that person said one thing. Like, I don't even have material that's super offensive, but I've still found people complaining about stuff where they're like, how dare you even say the word civil rights in your set? That's crazy. And I'm like, did you even listen to the whole joke? Like, what's wrong with you?
You can't.
And it's a joke anyway. It's a joke. You know what? It would be great trying to get canceled during the pandemic. Say something so offensive that, and people don't know who I am, that I get canceled
just for no reason.
Just for saying something like on this podcast. I'm gonna think of some racist jokes.
Right. I'm gonna see what I can do
because I'm an old white guy. That's easy picking right there, man.
Oh, you're not white.
But can we plan it so that when you say it, that I do like this? And then we get that screenshot.
Oh yeah, no, you'll do it because I'll make it. I'll make sure you'll be offended.
It's better if you don't act offended, but then after say you felt for an environment because there were 3 men on the show.
We're here with Karen Jackson.
Felt like
Mark. Oh.
Aaron.
Now, Eddie, you're outside in your yard.
Mm-hmm. I'm worried about the smoke.
You what?
I'm worried about the smoke.
Oh yeah, is that why it looks like that? Actually, it does look kind of cloudy.
Oh wow.
What part of town are you in?
I live up in, I call it Malabama. It's right up above Malibu in the mountains.
Okay.
Alabama, that's great.
The air quality it's only unhealthy for sensitive groups, and I'm not so sensitive.
Well, good for you.
You're barely a group.
Earlier today, it was unhealthy for everyone, but we were like at 160. Portland was at 500 and something yesterday.
Ooh,
I have a couple friends who just moved to Portland. They just moved up in February, right before the pandemic, to get away from the heat and the smog of LA. So they're having
the riots.
Yeah, they're talking about a tough orientation.
Man.
But, they'll get through it and stuff. But this is brutal. It's pretty brutal out here, and how people can still deny climate change when the fires are right there. Those aren't fake fires.
No.
So we're living in
they're exploding trees.
Yeah, and they can show you how many fires happen. It's like one of those things where like there were this many fires the year before and this many fires the year before. It's just so obvious. I mean, right, you practically over this hill up here was where the last Malibu fire came to, and right
Wow.
back behind where I live. So it's, I mean, the whole town burned down.
Near your house, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it weirdly, I felt like I was in the Truman Show because the way it circled my neighborhood and didn't come in. I was like,
I live in Santa Monica, so I went out to the park, and people were standing up and looking at the fires up in Malibu. And a woman next to me turned to her husband and said, "Let's go get a frozen yogurt." You know, I mean, it would just be,
Isn't it beautiful?
you know, and it was beautiful seeing the smoke and the fire, but it's also horrific. But she turned to, you know, that's what you know, it's up the coast like maybe 5 miles, and let's go get a frozen yogurt.
Well, it's these couple months the Santa Ana winds come in, and I like to surf a lot, and it's bad to say, but the winds that create the fires are the best winds for surfing. So we get like really excited for these winds. Now that I live up here, I'm like, it's like a double-edged sword. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get the good winds, good surfing, but my house might burn down. So,
well, as long as it's other people's homes, as long as you can surf well, it's happening to other people, Eddie. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, you just sit up there in your palatial Alabama home and ride your gnarly waves, dude. And fuck the other people that have lost their homes.
Actually, Eddie, so we were talking about videos and stuff. But who's making those? Are you making your videos, those that I've seen recently with your face in the movies?
no, one of my fans does it. It's hilarious.
It is.
Wow.
How do they do that?
I don't know. He's really good at it.
He takes movie. Have you seen him, Alan? Or
No, I haven't.
Somebody's, I guess, a fan is putting him in famous movie scenes, and it's his face, like Joker. I saw, right? You doing it?
Yeah, he did Joker. What did he do today? He did Pirates of the Caribbean. And
But
you know what made me
Where
really
can I find it, Eddie? Where can we find it?
on my Instagram at Eddie Ifft.
Okay.
But
and
not today. Come on, we're blocking Instagram.
Oh yeah, just today.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Aren't people supposedly
We'll
doing
look
that today?
tomorrow.
Before we get to that, Mark, I just want to say, watching myself, my face in these movies, I'm like, you know what? I could have been in movies.
Oh my God.
I
All
thought
right.
when they put you in Cuties, it was a little awkward.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Don't you?
it's time for an intervention on Eddie Ifft.
Oh shit! What happened?
Well, this quarantine. Oh yeah. Oh, there
this
you
is
are.
one.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, look at this. It really is pretty amazing, actually.
He's really good.
I know there's an app that does it because I've seen my cousin do a bunch of them, and I'm like, how do you do this? But
I
it's some
think
app.
he's good at it.
Well,
though.
ask a
That's
12-year-old.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Mark, a great way to keep the show going. Moving along.
I took a breath.
No, you're really a hell of a host. There's been like pauses in it.
I got the call at 5:20. I got the call at 5:25.
Oh, Mark.
I didn't have much time to prepare. Anyway, so
Well, at least you're not stoned, so that's good.
I stopped getting high at 5:00.
Yeah.
I'm smoking so much weed now. It's actually going to make me stop. I have a feeling. I can't. I just constantly smoke weed, but it's just too much.
Well, that's
Like,
an interesting discipline.
How
I'm
much?
sorry?
I want to know. Like when you say you smoke a lot, like
Yeah.
all day.
Yes.
When you wake up, you take a hit.
That's what I was
When
going
I-
to ask. Yeah.
When I
When
wake
you
up
start.
to take a pee at 4 a.m, I take a hit.
Really?
Not
What do-
as much anyway. I have it.
You
Let's
have a
put it-
pen? You have one of those pens? Like, what are you doing?
I'm a bong, an old school bong guy.
Okay.
So
No,
you load a bong in the middle of the night when you get up to pee.
I don't know.
That's a problem.
It doesn't take long. But there's a point now, if I'm not doing anything and I'm stoned, it bothers me. I'm conscious of it. Whereas when I was always doing something, it didn't bother me.
Well,
Like,
I mean, can you listen to music? Could you actually do something?
no.
Okay.
Let me ask you: when you're not high, like
Go on.
is that just the weirdest feeling in the world because you're high most of the time?
Well, it has become an intervention. I don't feel any. It's just a habit now. I don't know if I could smoke all day and not I don't feel like.
It feels normal now.
No,
Oh,
The
I
thing
fall
is, the
as-
great
I
thing
get-
about smoking pot every now and then is like you're straight, and then
And you
you
feel
feel
it.
the difference when you get high.
Absolutely.
You're not feeling the difference now.
Correct. I'm what they call addicted
Okay.
to the
okay.
non-addictive drug, which I always thought
You
was
have a high
funny.
tolerance.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. You get now? You don't smoke, Eddie, right?
Yeah, I do. I've smoked with you.
I was trying to let you off.
Oh, no, I don't. I don't smoke. Thanks.
We did that thing together.
Oh yeah, that 420 show. But I wasn't smoking then. I don't smoke
Yeah.
often. I smoke like once every 3 months or so.
Because you're a healthy guy, even though I know there's MMA guys and other people that smoke. And me, you don't smoke, right? Or you get a little bit.
And I will edibles every now and then.
And Alan, I
Every,
don't.
every now and
Does
then.
your boyfriend smoke?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Eddie.
no, not at all.
not at all. You
He's
don't like
such a-
that? He's such a goody goody.
That's the thing. He will like. I think when he was younger, he said like every now and again, and then he's just like now. If I show up with an edible, he's always like,
Why? I'm not good enough for you without being stoned?
Who gave you that? And I'm like, yeah, he's not into it at all.
Well, I
Okay.
think do you eat edibles, Alan?
No.
I think it's amazing because they sell edibles with like 10 milligrams. They suggest you take 10 milligrams, and I know people go, I take a half of
Yeah.
one, and I'm fucked up for days. I have to eat like 100 milligrams or 150 milligrams.
Like
Jeez.
Joey Diaz numbers.
And then you see, and I thought that was crazy, but there's people that eat 300 or 400.
I was on Joey Diaz's
Ow!
podcast and he ate an entire bag of those stars or whatever they are, and they're like 5 milligrams each.
That's
I
what
thought
they-
I didn't know that he has that kind of like tolerance level. I thought he was trying to kill himself in front of me. And I was like,
And
God.
Joey Diaz is usually a pretty healthy guy, so that's so surprising
No, he was-
to see a vessel of God's wonder be poisoned like that.
But I mean, the amount he did, I forget what it was, and I can't do edibles at all. And he was like,
Well, see, but it's not necessarily a tolerance from smoking so much. It's just a physical. Some people have a natural
so I've looked into it. The way your body metabolizes it,
something to that.
it actually turns into more of a psychedelic
Hey, baby.
and than marijuana. I don't have a good experience with it. I have a really, really bad time.
Yeah,
Are
like
you drinking more? Is anybody drinking more booze?
No, not really. I mean, every once in a while, I'm like, oh, I need wine, and then
Okay.
that'll be my.
So how do you
week
deal with
when I
the
don't do it
stress,
again.
Mia? How do you deal with what's the best way to deal with
What
your
do
stress?
this is it's I don't know, because initially I was trying to work out at the start of everything. Like I was like, I'm gonna go walking and I'm gonna do these videos and I'm gonna do
Mhm.
all this stuff. And then after a few weeks, I was like, that's not enough. This work. then I would get the wine and ciders every other week. And then now I think I probably should go back to that because I have been very stressed out. So yeah. I don't know
all
how to
of you
manage it.
guys, the three of you, from my perception, are all fairly mellow and even keeled people. Even Eddie, who is a little stupid.
Stupid.
No,
Stupid.
but you know what I mean.
No,
Eddie, I mean,
I wouldn't say that about Eddie. I'd say Eddie is like what you said, pretty even keel.
no, I
regular
was joking
Joe,
about
good
the
guy.
stupid thing.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
Mark.
joking.
Get him, Alan.
No,
But
I don't know what you're getting at. Eddie's stupid. No, he's a little
Mark is
goofy in
mean.
his act. He has the hat and everything, but he juices it up for the stage. But
I wouldn't think you guys are are too tense during this. Is my
Talk to my wife.
I
Yeah.
do every day.
Yeah.
no, I went through a lot of anxiety at the beginning of this, and
See, I'm
do
going through it
occasionally.
now.
I was going through I had a lot of bad dreams. I talked about it with Noam. I had a lot of performance dreams where I was on stage, but
I had those.
everything
Me
was
too.
diffused. Yeah. Well, I mean, or it's like the old, you have an exam and you didn't study, that kind of thing.
Mhm. Yep.
And I have a lot of these bizarre dreams where I'm trying new things and I don't know how it's going to land. Like I've started some writing projects, and I had a dream where I was falling, but I was worried about how I was going to hit the water. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, you're just worried how what you're doing is going to land," and that's
Right.
exactly what it was. So these new things I'm trying that aren't new. I mean, I'm writing stuff, but I'm trying to get out of my box a little bit. Also with the stress, I've been reading a lot. I read Woody Allen's book, Keith Richards' bio. So I'm reading about Mike Nichols. I'm reading about other creative people in their lives and their arcs to get some information and just like take this time out like a priest would go on sabbatical, or certain people, or like a professor or an actor, they're going to take a year off and do something else just to rejuvenate their creative juices. So I'm trying to take this time to do things I normally wouldn't have the calm time to do when I was on the road.
Mm-mm.
And you've had those same dreams, Mia, I'm assuming?
Yeah, no, I had some, and it was performance dreams. And then I was also just having I was going to sleep with the news on in the background. So I was also having nightmares about the world. And I just recently, probably in the past month or so, I started, the Amazon Prime has a sleep sounds videos.
You put that on?
They have a boxed fan sound that plays for 9 hours, and I just play that so that's what I'm going to sleep to. There's one that's also
like
airplane engine. Yeah, so I just listen to that when I sleep, and I'm like, I feel a lot more at peace doing that. So
they have a boxed fan noise.
They have a boxed fan
That's
noise
hilarious.
on Amazon
Because
Prime.
I love to sleep with the fan on.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have an app for your phone too that'll play that sound.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you can either
You
if
can
I
sleep
want to
in
have
the
it on
car.
my headphones, do it on the headphones, or I will cast it to the TV so that it's just coming through the speakers. Yeah. So it's helped me to go, okay, I feel a little bit better when I go to sleep. I can go to sleep and then wake up and go, oh, I feel rested, as opposed to waking up feeling immediately stressed.
Right. And the news today is a nightmare anyway. You don't need it to give you nightmare.
Right.
Everything that's been going on the last 6 months has been pretty horrific. Eddie, you getting along with your wife?
Let's see. We went to couples therapy, and
During the coronavirus?
yeah, and we had to do it online. And I ended up telling the guy to fuck off and hung up on him.
Nice. How did that happen?
After he called me petulant.
Well, first of all, a good therapist should not label you.
Yeah.
So you were right to tell him to fuck off.
I don't even know why we went. All my wife's friends were going, and she's like, "Maybe we should do this." And I was like, all right. So
how long you been married?
Long time, like 6 years.
Forever.
Do you have any kids?
Two.
How old are they?
I have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eddie, congratulations. You're still alive. You're still surfing. That's got to be brutal.
It is brutal. It's horribly brutal. My wife left today with the 5-year-old and left me with the 1-year-old. And at one point I thought he was like, this was all a trick. And
where is he now?
I don't know.
Where's the one?
I lost him. Totally. At one point we started walking and I said, you go where you need to go.
He's walking. That's the worst.
If you release them into the woods, they will come home eventually.
If he came like behind me right now, you'd see me like shake. You would know he's in my presence. I have PTSD from a 1-year-old. The girl was great. The 5-year-old is
the girl. That's what they named her, just so you never have to remember.
Yeah, the girl.
You got the girl and the 1-year-old.
Yeah. How much weed do you smoke? Once every 3 months? I don't think so.
Mark, you know the girl.
I know the girl. What does she call me? Doo-doo head or caca pee-pee? What is it? Poop head. She's so.
She's great. Like, she was just so good. But the boy, it's like mental telepathy. Like, I'll be sitting and I'll be like, hey, there's like the gas to turn on the grill, and I'll be like, we'll be out on the deck. I'll be like, I hope he doesn't see that. And the second I think it, he like looks at it and he's like, I'm gonna turn that gas on. And he just goes to whatever I'm thinking. This is the most dangerous thing around here.
There's something else.
Doesn't see it, and then it's almost like he feels it in my brain. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go fuck with that.
Hang on a minute, Eddie. We have a message from someone. Hi, this is Captain Safety. take the gas caps off the grill and put them in a high place so your kids can't turn on the fucking grill. This is, and I don't have any kids. What kind of father are you? The caps are on the grill.
Listen, I have childproofed every single thing, but like things happen on a daily basis. Like the dog will puke, and I'll see the puke, and I'll be like holding one kid, and I'll see the 1-year-old running to the puke. Like it's just today I caught him dragging the one dog down the hallway by its tail.
Oh boy.
And I don't know. I've done read a lot of child psychology. I did not know what to do.
Well, but I think the key here is that he's one.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know how to do anything.
I know.
He
So
just
assume. Yeah, I mean, if you see a 1-year-old dragging a kid down tail, that's normal for a 1-year-old. Dragging a dog by its tail.
Don't leave him with me.
What?
No, Eddie, you're the dad. This is your learning curve for you.
Are you my therapist? You fuck off.
You're being petulant, Eddie.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark.
You know, I was just
Mia,
thinking.
you have any kids?
I do not.
Me neither. Fist
No.
bump. Boom.
Do you guys have? Do you have pets, Mia? Do you have any pets?
I do not. I don't have to take care of anything.
Do you, Alan?
Yeah, we got this cat.
See, cats are different. I have a dog who I spend 24 hours a day with now. So if we ever go back to work, the fuck is the dog? Is just going to be like,
The dog's gonna be stressed out.
probably.
How's your relationship with the dog, Mark?
I love my dog.
Yeah.
The best.
I love my dogs too, but we had a mouse last night in our house. Oh, what's the dog's name?
Millie.
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 We had a mouse come out of our chimney last night and
Into the house.
into the house. I saw it, and rather than tell everyone in the house, I just started filming it because I thought it was funny. Because I wanted to see everyone's reaction when they saw the mouse. And both my dogs just ignored it. Like ignored it. And I'm like, you're done. You're, off with you guys.
So your wife is raising 3 children.
2.5.
Okay.
Pretty much.
But that's weird. A dog won't chase a mouse.
So one's a terrier.
My dog wouldn't either. I don't think.
That doesn't make any sense.
12 and 13 though, the dogs.
No, so
Okay.
they're over it. They just don't. They don't
Yeah.
care.
Did they actually see the mouse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and on my Instagram, I showed the whole thing. But
Okay.
No Instagram today, Eddie.
oh, I forgot. We got to take the day off. I thought it was just Facebook.
No, it was Instagram.
Oh, no, it's Instagram, but Instagram is owned by Facebook.
Right. But I thought they were using Instagram to get the word out. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, I thought that was funny. I've used Instagram. I didn't even know about it, but I've used Instagram more today, I think, than I ever have.
Yeah.
That one day's really going to hurt Zuckerberg.
Well, I guess
Right.
people with $12 million, 12 million viewers. What is this? Eddie S.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, there it is.
Here's the mouse. Look at that thing.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Jesus.
tonight I'm sitting on the couch just playing on my phone, and I see a mouse just come out of my fireplace and start roaming around. And so this is what happened.
Oh God.
That's
So the kids haven't seen it yet.
she's playing with it.
It'll come out at you.
That's it.
Get out of there. Lauren, will you come here and film? I'm going to get it.
So there's a dog. He's in front of it.
Watch, though, when the mouse comes back out.
Just watch time.
Good job.
And we're gonna take it. We're gonna
Well, let's hope.
It'll just run around the house and get.
Eddie's just trying to increase his views.
What do you think it's been doing?
So what are you gonna do once you open it up? What's your plan?
Let Harlow go to work.
Want the dog to do it.
She's just gonna chase it.
Harlow, get out there.
You're on film, mommy.
Not let this happen.
Wait till you see my daughter's reaction.
Your wife seems to have a lot of food in front of her.
TV right now. Finish.
You got to teach her how to edit.
Oh, well, the dog can't see that well. That's what it is.
You're not going to catch the mouse.
Because it's gonna go running through the house.
I can't wait to film it. There he goes. Open the
There it is.
Where is it?
Okay, can we take this down now? I'm getting
Oh.
really scared. Thank you.
Oh, that's
Your dog is
green.
blind.
I know.
Yeah, well, because he can't see it. So how's he going to chase it if he can't see? Your dog
I
is
didn't know
blind.
the dog was blind until last night.
Okay. Well, sorry for your dog.
So I'm getting a cat now.
Yeah,
I love
cats are great.
cats.
I heard cats will keep them out. We have such a mice and rat problem up here in the mountains that a lot of the coyotes died in the fires, and coyotes used to eat the rats. So guess who's around a lot more?
Why
And
don't
well,
get a
you got to be careful with cats as well as your dogs because coyotes love cats.
Coyotes are gone. I never see the coyotes anymore.
Really?
Yeah, we used to have them constantly. Backyard, everything, front yard. You'd see them constantly. I never see them anymore.
And that's why you have the rat problem?
I think so. Well, I also have a creek behind my house, and I have pretty much the only water left in Malibu. You know, it's all dried up. And
in the
creek,
boo.
mine still has a little bit of water in it, so I think that draws them.
So, Eddie, you got two lovely children. You've been married 6 years. You got a couple dogs. You got a lovely creek running through your backyard. You go surfing. You got a good life, buddy.
Eddie, didn't you get married the day Mia went professional as a comedian?
You know what's funny? I got married. I learned about Tinder on the day I got married.
You learned about who?
Tinder.
Oh, that's
He said,
hilarious.
I got
Jesus.
married after I said I do. The guy that was playing the piano at the wedding, like in the reception afterwards, said to me, he was like, "Hey, have you seen this thing?"
Tinder?
And I was like, "What?
What am I doing?
We could have called this whole thing off if you had stopped me like an hour ago."
Man, I was walking next door one night looking for my cat, you know, and I live in an apartment building next door. I'm walking through the courtyard and I see this gorgeous woman get out of an Uber, like a young, maybe 28. And she's walking up the walk and it's like 1:30 in the morning. And then this door opens up and this guy says, "Donna, are you Jeff? Oh, hi, nice to meet you." And they go in. And at first I thought it was a prostitute.
Oh.
You know, because she was so dolled up and stuff at 1:15 in the morning. And obviously it was a Tinder date. And I thought, holy shit, that's unbelievable. The young guys today
I
got
know.
it made.
Dress
I
up at
know.
1:15. Ugh.
And they all
Yeah.
complain, they all say it sucks. If you talk to them, they're like, "It's terrible." And I'm like, "No, you don't know terrible. You don't know how hard it was before that."
By the
You
way,
never-
while I was telling that story, you showed your son. This
Yeah.
you want to just call him boy.
He's haunting me right now.
the 1-year-old?
Look, he's trying to get out here. It's not happening, dude.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that really just
Yeah.
a 1-year-old? Is that really just a 1-year-old loose in your house and
Oh
you're
my
outside?
God.
No.
Mike, you need to go in, dude. I'm getting afraid.
Is there anybody in the house with the dog, with the kid?
Oh, no, of course not.
No.
My wife is in there. Jeez, Mark.
But you said she went away.
earlier. She left me for like the whole day.
You know, I know your wife. Now I'm more concerned about the kid.
Mark, don't say anything like this and get this taken out of context. We don't need this for him. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't need somebody to look at this and go,
Child
Eddie
support
is
coming over.
yeah, we don't.
Is your wife? I think it's hilarious. You don't know anybody in your family's name. You got the wife. You got the 1-year-old and the
Him.
5-year-old. You got the deaf dog
That's
and the
reasonable.
blind dog.
Her, him.
All right, Alan, go ahead. Move it
That's for
along.
the best. That's for the best, I think.
Mark is kind of spaced out, very stoned. Mia's doing a good job tonight. Eddie, we're finding a lot out about Eddie. Mia so far is ahead of the game. She's the most charming and she has a solid backdrop.
Should I smoke a bong yet on the show?
Are you Mia? Are you in a kitchen?
No, I am not. I am in an extra bedroom with material on the wall. This is just
Okay.
some fabric from like Joann's.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
all.
Everybody, it's
I like that.
What's
yeah,
that?
it's
like a
fun.
book.
Everybody has a backdrop, you know. Now,
You don't
Yeah,
have
got
a
a
backdrop.
backdrop.
That's
You
your
got a
house,
ring
right?
light.
no, but everybody, like these guys on CNBC, when they do remote shows, you see guys in their library, and you can tell someone who's just setting it up and a person who meticulously put their back there. Yeah.
She got rid of her hair too.
Yeah, they put books back there. They want people to see that they've read, or books they haven't read, but they're trying to create an image. I like the blue.
It's AGT. You must have blue in your hair or something.
No, I should probably just have up a
You look bald.
a green
Now you're
screen.
No, you should go back to what you had originally because your hair is disappearing.
Can you see when your hair disappears when you're doing it? Yeah.
I can. Yes. I'm just being ridiculous right now. I'm sorry. Yes, look at that background. Hilarious.
Eddie is pretending he's being sodomized.
I don't think he's pretending.
Oh my God.
Who is that, Eddie? Is that me?
That's Louis Katz.
We have a very similar. We have a very similar body, me and Mr. Katz.
Why do I have naked photos of Louis Katz?
Why don't you? Why wouldn't you?
I'm in Malibu.
And, yeah, but
I like that background. It's a good background.
He went from outside to outside.
Yeah, that's just a little nicer.
So how long have we, I should say how long have we been doing this Cellar? Has it been going on since like March? No.
I think I was on like the first night or something.
You'd be so the first and the last.
Yeah. Don't you keep having this weird kind of feeling that you're going to wake up someday and they're going to be like, it's over. They found the cure. Or like they actually did find a molecule yesterday. I mean, they announced it yesterday at University of Pittsburgh, where I went to school. UPMC found a molecule that neutralizes the pathogen in the virus in a mice and rats right now, and they haven't been able to try it on humans, but it could be,
a game changer.
Yeah, better than a vaccine in a way, because a vaccine is going to take so long to get out to everyone and to prove its efficacy and everything. But
people are going to be afraid to take it, I think.
Well, the first trials they ran, people were getting paralyzed.
Oh God, yeah, no.
No, this is not going to be like VE Day or VJ Day, where hey, it's over and let's go out and celebrate. It's going to
have sex.
Yeah, it'll be a while. Mark, I would try to get better at hosting podcasts.
I would.
That is going to be your future. It's not now, not by your performance tonight, but certainly.
You told me to do bad so that you could take it over.
I didn't have. No one has to tell you to do bad. You do it so well on your own.
I didn't come here to be insulted.
Why did you come here?
Thank you. All right, we got another. We got to wrap it up in 15 minutes.
A bee fell out of the sky in front of me and just died.
What is it?
A bee fell out of the sky, like committed suicide.
No, it's dying. It inhaled too much smoke. Hey, I saw a fist fight a couple weeks ago at a car wash. That was fun.
Please go on.
How did it end?
Yeah, I don't know, because I backed up. I backed up, and other people were there. Hey, come on, guys, break it up. One guy was waiting. The guy just zipped in ahead of him. One of those alpha douchebags in a Jeep that you see in California. And they started fighting, and they were both white. So I backed up the car and got the hell out of there.
What is that?
Why didn't you?
I mean, it would have been a Latino or white or a black or white guy. I would have said, all right, guys, come on, we got to stop this. But a couple of white guys beat each other up. That would be fun.
I was almost in that exact scenario. My wife ordered food at Shake Shack over in West Hills or whatever, West. I don't know. I had to go over the valley. I go over to pick up my food. You just pick up. You order online on the app, and they have like a table outside. You pull up, put your mask on, and you say your name, and they put it in your car. I'm putting my mask on, about to move up, and a Tesla zips around me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? Like, he had to wait 2 seconds. Why did he zip around me? And I guess his food wasn't ready, and they told him to go wait. So he goes and waits in like where they have these parking spots for people to wait. So I have to go do a 3-point turn there, and my window happened to be down, and his window happened to be down.
Oh boy!
And I might have said douchebag. And he got out of the car screaming, "I fucked your mother! I fucked your mother!"
Oh, so
And,
he knew you?
Yeah, and I had to call my mom and on
That is
Facebook.
weird.
I was
Did
like,
you
"Do
confirm it?
you know this guy?" And my mom was like, "I don't know him." And I'm like, "You're lying. She's right here." Oh, but anyway, the guy had on a Tesla hat and he's screaming at me.
Whoa. He was driving a Tesla.
He had
And the Tesla hat.
It's a hat. Okay.
Hold on. So then he's yelling, "I fucked your mother. I fucked your mother." And I start laughing at him and I go, "My mother's got way better taste than that." And he comes over and kicks my car. And he goes, "Get out of the car and I'll kick your ass."
Wow.
I look at him and in my head, I was like, I know I could kick this guy's ass, but it's COVID and I have on flip-flops. This is not
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
That was a
No.
good call.
Flip-flops. No.
You can't fight
Good.
like that.
you
Can't
can't
call
fight
the cops on a car. Did he do
So then-
damage to you?
Well, that's what I said. So I take a picture of his license plate. He stands in front of it. He gives me the finger. And I look at him and I go, "Okay, well, I'll just stay here and call the cops." So he gets in his car and almost hits me and whips out and takes off. So I'm sitting there looking at the picture of him and I'm like, this guy looks like he works at Tesla. So a buddy of mine owns a gym right across the street from the Tesla service center. And I send him the picture. I go, "Hey,
Who's this dude?
guys at Tesla where?" And he's like, yeah. I'm like, "You sure?" He's like, "I'm absolutely positive. I work right across the street from him." I go, "Okay, so this guy works at Tesla." So
He had Tesla underwear.
yeah, so
Right.
so I just drove by,
Socks.
the next day and drove up to the front. Sure enough, all the garage doors were open where they're working on them.
And you weren't wearing flip-flops, were you?
No, I was ready to fight. I had unboxing
Yeah.
gloves.
You had gloves.
Yeah, I had gloves. I had my helmet on. I had my mouthpiece.
You had a corner man, cut man.
Had my gi. Did you have your gi on?
No, but I gave him a little wave. I was, I thought about it. I'm like, he did kick my car. It didn't do any damage. So it's weird. There's been like robberies in our neighborhood. I was telling my wife, I'm like, we should catch the guy that's been like robbing everyone. And I go, we should just bait him, put a bike out because he's stealing stuff like bikes. And
Is he robbing or is he stealing?
he's stealing. He's going into sheds. and stealing.
All right.
I said we should just like put a bike out and bait him. And my wife goes, if he's breaking into sheds and taking tools, he needs them a lot more than we do. And I was like,
Oh,
That's very
Oh.
kind.
that's a
Wow.
Jesus kind of a thing.
I know, but
Yeah, that is very
You should-
Christian.
You should really
Yeah.
learn her name. You really should.
Yeah. It's a good New Year's resolution. Before the end of the year, you want to memorize your children's names.
1-year-old. Pretty soon you're gonna have to call
you know
them
what? They're not
2-year-old.
even getting her and him anymore. They're them. Yeah.
Well, we found out a lot about Eddie today. ladies and
It's been
gentlemen.
a very
Yeah.
Eddie Ifft. It's very Eddie Ifft centric.
We're getting comments. We want to hear Mia talk more.
Oh gosh, let's see. What do you want to know? Let's see. I just like to take it all in. Let's see. What can I tell you? Well, my car got hit recently
Oh,
while I
tell us about it.
while I was in the store. Well, I paid off my car in March.
Oh, that's
So
Yes, that's nice.
it was exciting. I was like, because
Yeah.
I got it right when I went full time, and I was like, I've never had a brand new car before in my life, and I managed to pay for it with comedy money. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, that's
And,
great. And not having that check come in every month, that bill every month.
Oh, it's been amazing. But I went to a store. I was in there for maybe 10 minutes, and then I came outside and saw my driver's door just dented in, and it had white paint scraped all on the side.
Oh,
and I'm
Jesus.
and it was a car that was right next to us was white, and I think they had just left the store right before us, but I didn't see who did it. And now I just got to go pop the dent out. But it was very annoying because I was so proud of myself. Like,
Oh,
paid
no?
off my car.
They didn't
Cool.
leave a note.
Didn't leave a note. Nothing. Just
And you
Yeah,
didn't try to
they
get a
gotta
tape or anything?
I looked around. I saw one camera pointing it in the opposite direction from where the car got hit. So
Holly,
I
This
was
is
like,
where
man.
Eddie F. Why don't you do a little detective work? You fly to Maryland. You look at the car. Go look at the camera because you're not contributing a lot to your home.
I got nothing else to do. Here.
Yeah, you have nothing else to do. Your children are obviously
Kids are
self-sufficient.
raising themselves.
Yes.
Or what?
It's
They're
obvious.
raising themselves.
And the coyotes are gone, so the children are safe. You know.
Now,
Yeah,
are
come
you
on out,
really?
figure it
Who's
out.
giving you? Where are you getting notes or something, Alan? Who gave?
I was kidding.
Oh,
No, this
I
is
thought
good.
you.
I like
Yeah.
I thought you were
I
actually.
just wanted to hear Mia talk more.
He is good. He's
I
a
have
good
more
actor.
stories. One day, my boyfriend and I thought we were going to have to fight a child at the grocery store. So that was fun.
How old was the child?
You know what? He may have been 11 or 12, but we were walking in the store and he was trying to come in the door that we were walking into. He was trying to come out the door we were walking in, and he just refused to move. And then we were just sitting there like, move, like go out of the damn exit. And then he just would not move. And I was like, we're gonna fight a kid. We're gonna fight this kid. And I'm with it, and I'm down, and I'm like, you like
He was just by himself
level,
too.
Yeah, his mom was somewhere else in the store.
Oh.
And then like, so when my boyfriend walks in first, the kid won't budge. He was like, hey, like, could you move? And then the kid is just kind of standing his ground, like, nope. And he didn't say anything. And then when I come in, he tries to barrel into me. And so I just squared up like,
Let's go.
like I'm 6 feet tall, kid. Try it. And then
Yeah.
he finally had the good enough sense to walk out of the exit, which he should have just done in the first place. And I'm a very sweet person. I am. I know I'm a giant lady, and people think that I might want to fight. And I didn't want to fight anybody's child because I don't need that on my life.
Eddie,
I
could
don't,
you
Alan. I don't
Could
need it.
could you take on Mia? Eddie, if you and Mia got in a fight, could you think you'd win?
No.
Yeah.
Thank
When
you,
she
Eddie.
said 6 foot, I just was like, she's got a better reach.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. If someone's tall, if you don't let someone inside, you can, just keep them at bay with those big swings. You'll be fine.
See,
Mia,
look at that.
Yeah.
imagine if you fought the kid and you and your boyfriend lost.
Oh, it's right. That would have been
Because
so embarrassing.
I almost
And it was on video, went viral, and nobody
Ugh.
pressed charges because they felt so sorry for you. That
would've
this
been-
little
that would've-
boy beat
But
the
then
crap.
you'd been doing something good during the pandemic.
I
Did the
almost
interview.
fought an old man in Whole Foods parking lot, like an old man. And
Nice.
and I was like, what if I lose? Like this would be worse than if I win. Like,
That's when I wrestled in high school in freshman year. I weighed 100 pounds, and I wrestled this kid 60 pounds. I couldn't fucking beat him. I was like, I'm done. What am I doing? I can't beat a 60-pound-year-old.
do you have any footage of you wrestling in high school?
Footage in the 1920s.
It's one of those real.
They had some guy drawing it.
Well, I remember that joke. Well, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up here in Santa Monica.
Wait,
All
Alan,
right.
you're not the host.
Alan,
You can't do
What? Oh, I can't do
No.
that. I can't
no,
take it out.
Alan has to go. He told me earlier. Alan, thank you for stopping by. You were taping across the hall.
I know I got a set in the living room.
I got
I
Actually,
wrote some new material for my wife and really want to impress her.
No, he's like,
Eddie-
I got things to do. I got people to see, places to go.
Yeah,
Eddie.
man,
You
I'm
have
grateful.
Eddie. You have a gig in February coming up.
Yes, I do. It'll probably be postponed. It's been postponed 16 times already.
Alan, before you go, is there anything you want to plug or anything?
No,
Me either.
no.
Mm.
Eddie,
What
when
about
is your
you, Mark?
Huntington Beach? When is
I'm
your
in Huntington Beach on Friday. I wish I knew the name of the place. It's on my Instagram. Everything's
September
good. Don't
18th,
go
you can
there
see
today. That would be
Eddie
this,
Ifft.
this
Yeah.
Friday, 6 o'clock.
You're going to double your Instagram people tonight just from this thing with the
I know, I'm gonna-
faces and the
Beautiful.
mouse and the show on Friday. And Mia, what about you?
What do I? Oh, I just had a what is this thing? A thing I did on Epics 2 years ago. They just call Unprotected Sets, SETS.
Oh, I
They
see
re-
that go by.
They re-released the episodes from that season as a podcast, and so that's all. Like they just did it like in the past, I think 2 weeks. So basically anywhere you listen to podcasts, go listen to it. So
All right. Hey,
One
let me
second.
ask you, before you go, Alan, let me ask you
Yeah.
a question. Anybody
Go
here?
right
and
ahead,
Mia,
Mark.
Mia and Eddie.
I have
Has
a question
anybody
for
seen the Robin Williams documentary?
No, I
have not.
haven't. I have not.
I haven't.
I'm interested, but I don't know. It's probably too much for me, I think. Too pressing.
I tell you, this Mike Nichols book is really good. It came out last year. It's called Life Isn't Everything. and all these people who knew Mike Nichols talk about him, and he's been a huge impact on my life. I mean, you know, he directed
Sure.
The Graduate and Virginia Woolf, and he was a guy I saw in New York more than any other celebrity. I had to see Mike Nichols at least 10 times, you know, walking around the street. Never stopped him, never said anything. But
He was married to what's her name, right? The
his last wife was Diane Sawyer.
Diane Sawyer.
You get Mike Nichols, I get Emilio Estevez.
What are you talking about?
Mike Nichols is your celebrity you see all the time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Emilio Estevez.
That's who I see all the time.
He's your celebrity crush. You guys, I apologize for my.
Allan, aren't you auditioning constantly, like sending in video and stuff? Because you're
No, I'm
Really?
not. I've had one audition for a pistachio commercial, and I got called back on that, and they put a pin in me, and I got right to the end, and I didn't get it. So that's the only thing I've had since March.
Yeah, it's fucking not good.
You know, listen, if you look at my demographic, Eddie, and I started acting more about 7-8 years ago, but there are guys my age and my demographic who have made a career, who've done it for 30 years, like I've done comedy 30, 40 years. So I'm in a very crowded demographic right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen when when comedy comes back. Aren't the headliners going to, you know, blah, blah,
Gonna be
blah.
back in the clubs, and then the rest of us.
That's what I mean. You know, the work.
Everybody's going to be hungry for sets. It's just like in life. Everybody's going to drive a little faster to make up for lost time. This is not lost time. Use the time well, and you'll be prepared when it's over.
I'm
That's
growing
my
a
advice.
mustache, and it's going very well for me.
No, you
I'm
look
growing
ridiculous.
one too.
I'm,
We're on 1 2, Mark.
I'm learning my children's names.
See, this has worked out great. You guys, a lot of fun. I will see you next time they need someone last minute. We'll see you guys
Here.
later.
You got it, buddy.
Bye, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Bye.
Yeah, good to see you.